Tottenham manager Nuno Espirito Santo appears to be clinging to his job after his side's downturn in form since the end of August. Spurs suffered their fifth defeat in their last 7 Premier League matches on Saturday as they were seen off by Manchester United. The North London club's latest defeat leaves them 8th in the table and 10 points behind leaders Chelsea. And that has seen speculation intensify that Nuno will be given his marching orders by club chiefs. If Nuno does depart Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it could be good news for 3 players, who have struggled under the current boss. Harry Kane has looked a shadow of his usual self this season and has only found the back of the net once in the top flight. The England captain appears to be playing in a much deeper role and is being drawn away from the goal in order to link up play. He has done that before while still finding the back of the net, but this season seems to be a different story. Kane has clearly not been helped by the club's refusal to sanction a move to Manchester City in the summer, but Nuno should have found a way to help the player put that disappointment behind him. If another manager came in, they would surely focus on getting the best out of Kane and building their team around the superstar forward. Dele Alli is another player who could benefit from the departure of Nuno. The 25-year-old started his side's first 6 Premier League games of the season but was hooked at half-time during Tottenham's defeat to Arsenal in September and hasn't started since. Nuno would have been keen to help Alli rejuvenate his career after a dismal few years, but he hasn't been able to stimulate the player into playing well. In midfield, Harry Winks' Spurs career has completely nosedived after his rise to prominence under Mauricio Pochettino. Winks was a regular under Poch and even forced his way into Gareth Southgate's England plans. But the 25-year-old has only started 1 Premier League game this term. On that occasion the player had a poor game in a 3-0 defeat to Crystal Palace and Nuno appears to have lost faith in him. On the flip side, Tanguy Ndombele and Oliver Skipp could be fearing for their places if Nuno is shown the exit. Ndombele apparently had a tumultuous relationship with all of his previous Spurs bosses and struggled for game time at various points. Before Saturday's game, the France international had started 5 top-flight games on the bounce. Skipp is another player who has emerged under Nuno after impressing during a loan spell with Norwich in the Championship last season. The 21-year-old has been trusted to start 8 of his side's Premier League games this term, although he hasn't been able to help his team stem the run of poor form. If Nuno leaves North London, Skipp will be wondering whether he could still command a regular place under a new boss.